spring game went well. Competed, success on both sides, which you want to see in a spring game. You want guys on offense to make plays and guys on defense to make plays. Big catches, big interceptions, long runs, stopped runs. You know what I mean? Good protection, sacks. You want to see both sides do well. And, I thought that happened, and then throughout the spring on defense, I think that we made some strides. We had a bunch of new players that have stepped up and that have, just came on the team. The junior college players and those guys have done a great job. Our younger players that we redshirted last year have had good springs. Guys like Terrence Lang, guys like Chris Miller, guys like Carson Wells have done some good things, and I think we're all right on track. We're headed in the right direction, and looking forward to finishing spring out and getting into the next part of the program.
I feel like that's been one of the bigger developments of the spring is the development of your younger guys and the newcomers and being able to work them in fairly quickly.
Yeah, we did. They have talent. They have a lot of talent, so we had to get them on the field, and they have to get the reps and get the experience. And today was good because it was the most like a game that we've had. So it was in the stadium. We had some fans here, and so some of those guys that hadn't been in that situation got to experience that today. That was something that they're going to need, and we're going to continue to have to put them in those situations throughout training camp too.
Your depth at corner, last year obviously, Trey and Dante played a lot, but you mentioned Delrick and Chris. Can you talk about the depth a little bit at corner and how good you feel about that coming out of spring?
I feel good about it. Just like you mentioned, Dante and Trey got a lot of reps last year, a lot of learning experiences, which is good. And then with Delrick coming in, he's a junior. He's played 2 years, so he has 2 years of college football under his belt. And then Chris has a lot of talent, and he had a successful spring. He was our most improved defensive back this year. He won that award at our spring banquet, and a lot of that's because he had talent, but he improved so much as a technician and with assignment too.
Kyle Trigo mentioned that he feels like the defense is closer as a unit this year. There were maybe some clicks last year. Is that something you've seen improved as a defensive coordinator?
I think our defense is close. I think we have good leaders. I think that Rick Gamboa, Nick Fisher, some of those guys have done a good job of bringing the guys together and leading in the right way and leading by example. And I'm pleased with our efforts there.
How do you feel like your pass rush is coming along?
It's coming.
Who do you feel like has stepped up in that regard in the spring?
I do. Today I think Jacob got some pressure, and I think that they're not allowed to hit the quarterback, but I think Davion got some pressure today too, and then Terrence Lang got some pressure. So those are a lot of new faces, that are out there on the edge rushing, and I've been pleased with them.
When you see Terrence Lang run down a running back from that opposite side come off the edge, does that make you feel good that you've got a guy that can make that kind of play, that athletic?
Yeah, definitely. Yep. Anybody that's big, long, and fast, I'll take them. And Terrence has a lot of talent, and he's not there yet, but he has a lot of talent. And he's continuing to work hard to get himself there.
Anything else, Coach Eliot?
Coach, with sorry, just jumping in here. You have a couple other new defensive coaches, and Ashley and Kwame. In the spring, how important is it to kind of maybe use these practices, use this game to kind of develop your working relationship, game day communication come the fall? How much of that can happen in the spring?
Well, any opportunity to develop those things is good, and when you have new staff members, you have to make sure that you cover it ahead of time and then you execute it when you have those opportunities, like a game situation. And I've been very pleased with both those coaches. They're really good coaches. They have great energy, great enthusiasm, which is how we want people coached on defense. And they also are very talented, and I think they're going to do some really good things for our defense.
Is there a different sort of comfort level for you personally, kind of having a year under your belt here?
I'm definitely more comfortable. Yep, definitely more comfortable. We have some new faces, but we also have some faces that are returning too. And so with their return, and their development last year, I'm excited to see some of those guys continue to get better too.
Thanks, Coach.
You bet.